So I'm stuck here in traffic a little bit, and I was thinking and praying actually, and was very grateful to be living an authentic life and not living the lies anymore. God has taken me to or through definitely a healing process in narcissistic abuse. And I've been asking him to heal me. And I wouldn't say it's easy. It's been 4 years since now my ex-wife and I split up, and the whole thing went to finally came to a head. But it had been, looking back now, it had been so much craziness and so many arguments and so many push and pull, and not trying to be everything I could be, and trying to work on my relationship with her. And of course it was all just me, and she wouldn't do that. Her finally saying that she couldn't commit was the telltale sign. But she said a lot of things, and in my opinion, she lives a lie, and you can't live a lie, and I can't live a lie anyways, and I can't anymore. And I'm just very thankful that I don't live as Sam Beckman calls it, the shared fantasy with this person. I don't live a lie. It's hurtful still to think about, and even after 4 years, the loss of when you've been with somebody for 33 years, and that you don't. I didn't know. I didn't know what a narcissist was, to be honest with you. I could, if you'd have told me that, I would have said that was just somebody selfish, and also, a personality disorder. I think I once said that to her when I was early on, saying that sounded like her mother. So obviously, somebody that comes from this kind of background. But it's might experience or might become in their own childhood woundings, they might become this person. But the lies finally are being drained out of my head, if I could use it that way. I know that being in an emotionally abusive relationship, that you can become forgetful because of brain damage actually that takes place. But anybody that's building their life on lies is not going to, I don't know how you could be, it's not something that is possible to be happy and live a fulfilled life. It's a false character, it's a false narrative. Constantly that this kind of individual wants to represent as a false person, and Sam Beckman calls it the shared fantasy. You're a participant in it, and that in and of itself is hard to grapple with. That you're a participant, you want to believe the person, and at the end, I was hoping to change the person, but that wasn't happening. In fact, the more I challenged, the worse it got. The more I wanted the relationship, the absolute worse it got. The more the abuse got, until finally I was the worst person on planet Earth, and then that was revealed to me and my children, and whom I still don't have a relationship with. Somehow that her influence and her lies and manipulative behavior or whatever has brainwashing techniques have coaxed and been able to move into my children. Yes, they saw me react. It was definitely reactive abuse on my part. I was pushed and reacted. I was lonely in the relationship and triangulated. There's so much to say. I'd have to write it all down, and I don't even know where to begin. I don't think you could even imagine it unless you are or have been in a relationship with somebody that's narcissistic, covert narcissistic, and it's hard to share with other people. But I guess right now I'm just happy and I'm blessed that my prayers are being answered as I go through this season of still healing. I've moved on and I'm remarried, but not having a relationship with my children that's been the worst form of abuse I could ever imagine. Subtly, how you could bring your children into our relationship and tell them things. I don't know all that she said, but she claims that she didn't, or she says that, but she did. She smeared me. She's wanted to have a conversation with all my friends. I've heard from all of them that she wanted to have a sit down and basically tell them how awful I am. But I don't need her validation, and I know that I'm a good person to an extent. I'm a good-hearted person, and I like me. I have learned to find myself again and what I do like about myself, and I am sensitive and empathetic, and I'm cautious, obviously, but I've learned to have boundaries, and so I'm not as sensitive as I used to be, which I think is a good thing. I think there's more normality there. I used to be off the charts when I would take empathetic type tests, whereas now I've settled back into more normal range, and which is good. I have empathy. I don't lack empathy, where my ex lacks empathy, and I don't. I'm not exploiting people and manipulating people, and I'm just not living a lie. I'm able to be authentic and have boundaries, and I think that's been a hard thing. I've had to learn a lot about my past. I've had to think about a lot about my past upbringing, and I encourage all y'all out there, if you are listening to this, that is probably a crucial element to get through, is to find out why and what happened. You obviously know what happened in your life, but it helps to kind of go back through, replay, and understand why what this accepting this kind of behavior becomes norm, to be forgiving, over forgiving. It's okay to be forgiving. God tells us commands us to forgive others, but he doesn't say to accept people's behavior. And I did enough of that, where I accepted behavior, but I was also being told that I was the bad guy and the abusive one in the relationship. So it was confusing. So when you get to a place, takes years. Again, it's been 4 years for me. It's hard to believe that 4 years has gone by, but all that time away from somebody that has been abusing me for 30 plus years, and yes, I allowed it. Yes, I participated. I allowed her to abuse me, but all that being said, I am not allowing people to do that to me anymore. And I'm authentic with myself and authentic with other people. and I'm not living a lie. And praise the Lord that God can heal. But I just want to warn you, if you're asking Him to heal you, it's painful, and it just is a process, and a long process if you've been with somebody for a long time. So that's all I really have to say. It's a word of encouragement, I hope, and I hope a word of encouragement, but I also hope that you do start to heal, and you will start to become stronger. All right, take care. God bless everybody.